Freedom Center is a non-profit organization centered in Frederick, Maryland. The Freedom Center strives to achieve equality for people with disabilities in the workforce. Over the course of our project, we worked with Josh, an employee working with the Freedom Center. Josh suffers from a traumatic brain injury, which has caused him serious short-term memory loss. Josh's short-term memory loss poses a huge problem to him during the workday. Several times a day, when Josh is tasked with relaying new information to his boss, he forgets what he was going to say as he walks across the hall to our office. Josh finds that he has a stronger visual memory, and it helps him to walk back to his office and look at what he was looking at when he received the information. When he does so, he is able to retrieve what was forgotten. The problem Josh faces is that walking back to his office, sitting down, and staring at his desk is very time-consuming. Our device aids Josh in remembering this information in a more time-efficient manner. Our device consists of cards that Josh can put photos on. Instead of having to walk back to his office, he can flip to the photo of his office and use the image to trigger his memory on the spot and continue on with his errand. Our device saves Josh time that could be spent working.
What types of things do you usually forget on a day-to-day basis?
Well, I'd say there are very specific types of information. One, as far as information that I get from outside as opposed to my own internal thinking, is audio more than visual. So when people tell me stuff, I can often forget it and never remember it. So in the job place, forgetting when you're asked to do something is probably. I also, internal thinking, I want to go tell somebody something or ask somebody something, or someone tells me a message and I have to go somewhere to deliver that message. And before I reach the destination, I don't remember that information anymore.
So on average, how often do you find yourself forgetting these bits and pieces of information?
It's pretty frequent. It's definitely disruptive to my life and really tax on time that could be spent, being productive at whatever I'm doing. Where I'm spending a lot of time going through these procedures to try to remember things. I could say several times a day.
How much time during each of your days do you think you lose trying to remember things that you've forgotten?
I'd say a couple of hours at least. Yeah, because it's not just those immediate, couple hours of a work day, of a 7-hour work day. It's not just immediate, but I have to, in my line of work, because we're fairly funded, I have to report everything I do down to like the 15-minute. And I take notes as best I can, but when I go to enter in those notes, I don't remember when I read my notes. I don't remember so they're written shorthand, and it's hard for me to then expand to bigger, to like what did I actually do. That's the bait of my existence on this job is the reporting, because it really taxes my memory and takes more time than doing the good work that I started this job to do.
What are your thoughts on the Rememora?
Well, as I was mentioned earlier, I think that it was something I had thought of to build upon basically the structure I really like, because it's simple, but it's like why didn't I think of that kind of idea? Simple but brilliant. It would be something neat and organized where I could hook it to my belt loop or whatever when I'm at work, and possibly, make use of it. I like the idea of the pictures from the perspective of where I most often am when I think of things, because this is something I really have trouble with, and it really does make me trying to become an independent adult and really succeed in life makes it difficult.
Rememora is a memory aiding device which allows an individual to remember pieces of information that have been previously forgotten. When a user is in this kind of situation, he or she may simply unclasp Rememora from their belt loop or pull it out from their pocket. They may then flip through each and every single one of the index cards until the desired image is found. They can stare at this image until the forgotten memory has been restored. Our device allows the user to remember things for themselves. Current memory aids act as artificial memories, which store information and act as reminders. But Rememora gives the power back to the user to remember things for themselves.
In conclusion, our device, the Rememora, allows Josh to reduce the amount of time he spends trying to remember forgotten information. Josh can use our device on the spot to trigger his memory and retrieve the information. The device is small and easy to use and can easily be placed on a belt loop. It saves Josh time in his workday so that he can contribute as much as possible.